Hello. Hello. It is Tuesday. Oh, this costume change is very fitting. Because I do plan to play as the princess today. Right. Hello, Noel. Hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Alright. It's Tuesday. It's Mario Party. That's right. Okay. I'm trying to remember what characters I decided on today. Alright, we are just me. Tis me, myself, and I, as always. We need Peach, Mario, Luigi, and Wario. There is a method to the madness. I don't know if anyone's caught on yet. But, we'll see. Wario's Battle Canyon. Alright. Number of turns will be 50, because of course. Casual 50 turns. Like, I have done... I have done so many 50 turn boards of Mario Party that like anything else just feels wrong to me. Anything else just feels plain wrong. Sorry, I need to do adjust my mic a little bit. Boom. Alright, Koopa Troopa is our guide. I know a lot of people don't like this board. Nice. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like this board in particular. I don't mind it. I've always kind of liked it a little bit. A little more than some people. It is fairly RNG based, which is probably why a lot of people don't like it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. And plus, the music really helps. The music really helps, so... I'm remembering right off the bat, which does not happen very often. Does not happen very often that I remember immediately to change the settings. So the whole point of this board is attack orders, load the cannon, load it. Get blasted off to other islands, and you see it's random. So, yeah. I've lived my brain forever. I cannot say the same. I play Mario Party literally twice a week, every single week. So I can't say the same. Bam. Not even to the bomb. Love that for me. So how is everyone doing this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday? I gotta fix my nails because I clipped my nails yesterday. And you know, after like you clip your nails, you have like some kind of like bits at the end still. Like I got some hangnails here just from, you know, the effects of clipping my nails. Because I'm not very good at it. But I also clip my nails very short compared to other people. Like, where I had my nails before I clipped them was probably how most women have their nails, like, normally. So, just a bit tired. I feel that. I'm constantly in a state of tired. That's parenthood, honestly. You have a 4-year-old constantly up your butt. And trying to take care of a 10-year-old at the same time. Yeah, it gets a little tiring. Like, I can't imagine how parents of twins do it. Or with the 2 under 2. Never understood. Never understood how they could do it. And also it's like, you know, siblings with like a really close age gap are like the Irish twins. That's a one where I'm like, wow, you really couldn't wait? You really couldn't wait? It's like, I'd rather not have back-to-back pregnancies like that. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. So, yeah. But yeah, you know, just typical parenthood stuff. Allie had picture day Today is picture day for Allie at her school. Riley's picture day is Thursday. So that's gonna be fun with the preschooler picture day. Allie has always been very photogenic, and you can hardly get Riley to stand still for a picture. So it's going to be really interesting. And also preschooler class photos are so cute though, you know? Nothing. I don't need anything from you. What's up, Bowser? Picture day! Yes, it is picture day. Yeah, usually I'm like drilling into Allie like, be mindful of your hair, be mindful of your shirt, you know, because I understand how kids are. But, and also like, we don't like get very many like nice clothes for Allie, mostly because like I can never like find anything in her style or in a color that looks good for her. So, because like it's also just hard to go clothes shopping in general, you know, kid or adult. So it's rough sometimes. But over the weekend we did manage to find her a shirt. Let me see if I can show off. Yeah, no, go away. Yeah, Peach and DK specifically are the only ones that can break 2 blocks in one swing. No! I just wanted to show that, but it was, the coin bag went to Mario. Because of course it did. Because Mario sucks. We are anti-Mario in this household. It goes like threefold in a way. Because, off stream, I've been playing a little bit of Mario Golf. Like, you know, Mario Golf N64. Just kind of chill. Because, I just kind of got back into it, and I did some mini golf with my husband a couple weeks ago. Or last week. Yeah, it was last week because it was Labor Day weekend. Where's my brain going? And then like here lately, I have learned that you can, you know, have a group of 4 just golfing, and you can set the other players to like computer players. So I've just been kind of playing as whatever character with different groups, and for whatever reason, Mario in Mario Golf, the AI is just so cracked for literally no reason whatsoever. Because anytime I put Mario in my group when I go golfing in Mario Golf, he is just super fucking cracked. Like, making eagle putts, ending 18 holes 7 under par. Like, what the fuck? And like, here I am barely scraping to get even or even 2 below par. Like, jeez. What even is happening? Like, Mario is just so cracked for no reason. For no reason. Literally no reason. So we are very anti-Mario in this house. I say we, but it's mostly me. It's mostly me. I have everlasting beef with Mario. The person who took photos when I was in school had I don't care personality, so 3/4 of the kids' photos were terrible. Oh, that is so awful. That is so awful. I know, growing up, we used to have a local photographer do school pictures up until I was in 6th grade. Then we got this big company to come in and take pictures for school. I think it changed when I was in 6th grade. Yeah, when I was in 6th grade, they changed who they went to for photography, and it was the same people who had did pictures here in the town we live in now for school pictures, and I think they did them up until last year, 2 years ago. I would have to look back at Allie's school photos to know. I know at least since last year. I think last year's photo was the first I did it. I think so, up until like last year. But I kind of don't mind. I mean, it is a little bit more expensive in a way, but it saves a little bit of the hassle in a way, and it also lets the parents kind of customize it, because now school pictures are done locally. Local photographer does them, but they have the pictures and they send the proofs in the email that you have registered to for like the school apps and stuff. So they send them to your email and you get to like customize it, like set the background, add whatever, and then you can order whatever like package you want to get the prints later. So I think that's pretty cool, because Allie's school picture last year, she had this really nice kind of like off-white cream color butterfly shirt that looked really, really pretty. And they had this like real pretty like sunflower background. I'm like, oh, that looks so perfect. So we did it that way. I did that. And then, and I think the one from last year, we did like the school mascot one, and it looked real good. So, and they did a different pose last year, I think, too. So, hello, Sam. Hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. It is pretty well. Just talking about school pictures. It's always Mario Party, but never Luigi Party. I know. It's been Wario Party a couple. Luigi. I know I'm a certified Luigi stan. But sometimes. There we go. Yeah. You guys do all the work. I'll take all the money. I mean, I'm a princess, so I don't really need it. But thank you for doing all the work for me. Mario didn't get any of it. But yeah, so it's Allie's picture day today, and I really hope, because like again, Allie is very photogenic. She's always been very photogenic. Last year was kind of because there was some kind of problem. I don't know what it was, but the picture wasn't bad, but you can kind of tell by her smile she wasn't really feeling it. And you know, and today I was, you know, hyping her up because, you know, of course, you know, because I'm mom, gotta hype her up right before pictures, make sure she gets a pretty smile for those pictures. Oh, I missed. So I do hope when we get those like proofs emailed that I see a very pretty picture from her. And then I'm partly worried about Riley. I'm partly worried about her for more than one reason, because all I say is like, kids are kids, right? Kids end up with bruises anywhere and everywhere, right? And the other day, it was a complete accident. Riley ended up with like a bruise like right on her cheekbone. And it's like, oh my god. Pictures are Thursday and it's like, oh no. But again, it was a freak accident, so it's nothing, you know, it's nothing major, you know. And like, kids are kids, right? But like, it's like, oh my god. It's like, oh my god. And it's just on a very inopportune location. But hopefully, her pictures will turn out fine. Well, I'm in the ocean to rot forever. So, and also, like, Riley has always been kind of harder to get pictures. I think as she's gotten older, it's a little bit easier to take pictures of her. But for, like, a professional school setting, I don't know how she would do. Because one of my favorite school photos of Allie was her preschool spring pictures. And it's my favorite for several different reasons. Because we have it, we have one frame. We're going to have to get another frame for Riley's school pictures now. But we have a frame that we kind of changed out every year. Because we have a big 8x10 of like Allie's school picture. And we've just kind of swapped it out every year. And that's like the fall picture, the school picture, whatever. And then they only did spring pictures one year for... Okay, good. So we have a spring picture for Allie when she was in preschool. And it was the last year they ever did them. And her spring picture, so good. Her hair looked really good. The pose, her big old smile. Like, I'm looking at it right now because like, we have that one separate and hung up. And like, you know, like that just shows like how photogenic Allie is. And, when Allie was in preschool, 2019 to 2020. And spring pictures were taken in February, I believe. And, you know, 2020, essentially what happened here with the school, the kids went on spring break, never came back. Never went back to school, because that's when all the lockdowns started and everything. But a month later, in April, late April of 2020, the schools had posted on social media and made phone calls, or you can like make a call and like, hey, we have everyone's spring pictures. If you could like call us at the office and let us know when you're gonna come pick them up, we'll bring them out to you if you come to the school. Everything was all good, hunky-dory, and it was a Friday? Thursday or Friday, I don't remember, but I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's call the school and get Allie's spring pictures, because of course we paid for them. Why wouldn't we pick them up? And I came home and I looked at how well done the picture was and how beautiful of a picture it is. And then my immediate thought was, my dad's gonna love these pictures. Not even like 15 minutes after I get home from picking up those pictures, I get the phone call that my dad had died. So, and also that day, I was wearing a shirt he gave me. I was wearing a shirt he gifted me a while back. So, yeah, the universe was just telling me something about that day, you know? So it's kind of one of them like bittersweet type things. Because I wanted to give my dad one of Allie's spring pictures, and then never got that chance, so. But, you know. Shit happens. So, but yeah, it's like not even 15 minutes after I get home with those pictures, my brother calls me telling me dad had died. So, I was like, oh my god. Like, I was even sitting on the floor like I am right now in the same position I am. Because I think I had like my laptop out to work on some art or something. Like, I don't know. I was sitting on the floor for something, and I usually do that when I pull out my laptop. So, yeah. Crazy how the universe works sometimes. I had a bruise one day before class picture day. My mom put makeup on it to hide it. And if I had the means to hide it with makeup, to hide a bruise with makeup, I wouldn't be worried at all. But I don't have the means to do that. Because I'm not much of a makeup person. I haven't really worn makeup in a while. But like, I'm not like totally against makeup, but like if I do wear makeup, it's really only eye makeup. Like, I only have really eyeshadow and mascara because I use eyeshadow as my eyeliner nowadays. So, yeah. I only really wear eye makeup, and I got nothing. Like, of course, if I had the means to do it, I would think to do that. But I think it'll be fine. Because I still don't even know what I'm gonna do with her hair. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with Riley's hair. Because her hair is very long. Her hair is very long, but she always wants it up in a ponytail or pigtails. But for picture day, I feel like I should probably leave it down, maybe? But also, her hair was down earlier, because she had a shower this morning. So we washed her hair today. And with her hair just down, and it's not, like, tucked behind her ear, it kind of flows in a way, kind of has, like, a little wave that kind of covers that bruise. So I wonder, kind of. But, like, I feel like it'll be fine. I feel like it'll be fine. Because I think maybe there's a option to, like, edit stuff. I'm not guaranteed. Again, I'm not too worried about it, because again, kids end up with bruises for, like, no reason. And, like, with Riley, literally anything could have happened to get that bruise on her cheek. Like, she even has, like, a bruise on her leg, and I have, like, literally no idea where it came from. It's, like, a long bruise. Not like a, you know, kind of a circular shape. It's just like a straight line bruise, and I don't know where that came from. Could not tell you. But also, I have seen her stand on, like, the headboard of her bed and jump into her bed. Like, she's doing, like, a crossbody frog splash. You know, like she's a wrestler. Jumping off the top rope. And I'm like, kid, what are you doing? Yeah, wearing makeup isn't always good for the skin. Yeah. And also, with them real young, too.
Ready? Go!
Because I remember getting a yearbook. Because they do fundraisers, at least at the school Allie, the elementary school Allie goes to. They do fundraisers, and if they raise enough money, they can pay for a yearbook for every single student, which is really freaking cool, because yearbooks are expensive. And I remember looking through, because they get them at the end of the year. And I remember when the summer started, I looked through Allie's yearbook just to kind of, you know, to see my kid. And I was looking at, like, all the different girls in Allie's grade. And, like, for picture day, at the beginning of the year, there's a lot of girls that are, like, full freaking face of makeup. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Woo! Mario, what are we doing? But, yeah, it's like these little girls that are, like, you know, 8 or 9 years old. Or, like, 9, 10 years old. You know, because she was in 4th grade last year. So, yeah, 9, 10-year-old girls are wearing, like, full faces of makeup for picture day. And it's like, whoa. You know, for school picture day, never wore makeup. My mom only ever really put, like, mascara, a little bit of lipstick, and a little bit of blush for, like, concerts. Like, band and choir concerts. When I was, like, 5th grade, 6th grade. That's it! That's it. Mascara, a little bit of blush, and a little bit of lipstick. That's all my mom had ever put on me. At least when I was, like, 5th grade, so I was, like, 10. That hurt me the most! That was so rude! How could you, Bowser? How could you betray me like this? So, but I also know a lot of people who wear, like, makeup every day probably also have a very good skincare routine. So, like, I'm sure if you take care of your skin and let it breathe, you know, wearing makeup all the time doesn't necessarily hurt it as an adult. You know, it's just one of the things you gotta, like, take care of it. Need to eat? No worries! Go eat. I think it's the first one that would lead to me. I think it would have been the first one. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't have. But yeah, it's just so crazy to see. And it's like, I know generations and stuff, because most parents, or like parents that around my kids' age, they're millennial parents. So, and I know I often hear, oh, millennial parents are the parents of the iPad kids. It's like, well, yeah. But I am, you know, I don't want to pull like, I'm not like the other girls. But I'm going to pull we're not like most parents. Me and my husband both are millennials raised by boomer parents. We're both like the youngest kid, but also our parents were both fairly older when, you know, they had us. I can't quite pinpoint the ages his parents were. At least maybe pinpoint his dad, but like I know my parents, my mom turned 39 July 4th. 2 weeks later, I was born. So my mom had me when she had just turned 39. And then my siblings are so much older than I am. You know, 12, 9, and even 3. And I can't remember which kid it was, but I remember my mom telling me after, I think it was after she had my sister, that apparently she was told she was too old for birth control because she was like 36. I think she was 36 when she had my sister. And they told her, you're too old for birth control. And then a couple years later, hi, it's me. I think that's the story. I can't call to confirm because I can't ask my mom. I mean, I can ask the spirits that be. Universe, if you're listening, I don't even know what to even ask for a confirmation. Okay, spirits that be, if the answer is yes, then let me roll something higher than a 5. There we go. There we go. The spirits heard my call and answered. There's a train outside and it's bugging me. I'll steal from Mario, I don't care. Take his money. So yeah, we're definitely kind of a different breed of millennial, and also like we're in the tail end of like what a millennial is, the years in that span in millennialness. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Give me your star. Does Mario have a star? I think he does. He does! Nice. Beautiful play. So yeah, like I was born in 1995. And some sources will tell you that is where the millennial years end. But there's like a weird cusp between like 95 and like 99. Where some people would associate themselves with either millennial or Gen Z. And I think a few factors have to do with it. I think honestly the biggest factor as to what generation you feel closer to is probably your birth order. And I know like sometimes I look to astrology to kind of see you know, a generation, because that's usually what sign Pluto is in. Because millennials are Pluto in Scorpio and Gen Z is Pluto in Sagittarius. And when you kind of look at, you know, the signs and the meaning of them, it makes a lot of sense for the generation as a whole. But that's just kind of, you know, my thoughts and feelings, and I know it doesn't like necessarily relate to like everybody, but I also think birth orders got a lot to do with it, because somebody born in 1995 could feel that they are closer to Gen Z than they are with millennials. And myself, who was also born in 1995, feels closer to being a millennial than a Gen Z. Because I am the youngest of my family, and this other person that feels close to Gen Z could be the oldest in their family. So, you know, because I'm sure there's people that were born in, like, say 1997, who are the youngest sibling and probably feel closer to millennials than Gen Z, even though the year would probably dictate they'd be Gen Z. So I really do think birth orders got a lot to do with, you know, where you fall into the spectrum of generations. But yeah, I'm on the tail end of millennials, but like, I'm not like the millennial parent. I don't have iPad kids. And I see it so much on the internet, and it bugs me so bad. It bugs me to no end that I see people are like, oh, I used to be like, oh, I'm never giving my kid a tablet. I'm never giving them an iPad, never doing this. And then they end up doing it whenever they become parents. And it's like, it's real easy not to give your child a tablet. It is actually very easy not to. How about you actually be a parent? Wario, just hand me the bulb and punch me! Thank you. Thank you. Never thought I'd actually thank someone for punching me, but here we are. So yeah, it's honestly really easy. It's very easy to not give your child a tablet, iPad, whatever. It's very easy not to do that. Because I see it so much as like, I swore I was never going to give my kid an iPad, but here we are. But I only ever use it in these situations. And it's like, and the situations are like, oh, when we go out to restaurants. No? Teach your kid to behave in public? Like, excuse me? Don't kids' meals come with a little cute menu and crayons? Like, I mean, there was about a month or so ago, maybe. We went out to eat somewhere, and they ran out of kids' menu, so the kids couldn't color. So we kind of had to keep them occupied in some other way. But we don't hand our kids our phones and go, here, damn, watch something. I only ever do it occasionally, but I'm the one holding the phone. I don't just hand my phone to my child and say, here, go wild. Because no, my phone is my property. And plus, if I'm the one that pulls something up, I am in control of what my child watches. And more often than not, you know, it's something that I know the kids can watch. It's not something completely inappropriate. Because there have been times where I've gone to a basketball game for Allie, and Riley would get a little restless and cranky, and nothing would work. So I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't have any sound, but I would pull up like a stream of like Blue or Max, depending on who would be live. And it's someone that I know, and it's someone that Riley knows. But, like, it is not an everyday occurrence that I do that. So it's like... And also, our kids are completely content with the coloring books and the, you know, the crayons and, you know, the kids menu that they can color. My kids are perfectly content with that. And, like, they're never, like, super loud and obnoxious. If they are, we get on to them. It's like, hey, inside voice, please. And then, like, you know, again, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to not give your kid an iPad. And even when, like, Allie gets any kind of screen time, it's like 2 hours maximum. If even that, and that is very rare that she gets 2 hours. Or like, you know, 2 hours, you know, around that, you know, that benchmark. And it's usually like she gets her Switch she plays a game for a couple hours. You know, she's actually like engaged and not like watching stuff. And even then when she had a tablet, like she would just play games on it. And I think that's what most kids do, but like she's not like watching like brain rot content. So, because like I refuse. I refuse. But yeah, a lot of the time like Allie will just like play on her Switch. And she'll play on it for like a couple hours. But then when it's time to put it up, she, you know, usually puts it up. And if I know what game she is playing, I'll tell her, you know, find your, you know, nearest spot to save. And then put it away, and then she does it. So, but also she never got like her first like tablet until she was like 8 years old, which is nowadays it's pretty late start. It's a pretty late start nowadays, because of course it is. Because nowadays parents are giving their kids like cell phones and tablets right out the womb. Like, are we for real? I mean, that's an exaggeration, obviously, but I'd probably say closer to like 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old, that I see these kids operate technology. And it's like, if I give Riley an opportunity to like do something on my phone, sure. Like, the only time the kids really touch my phone is when I ask them to bring it to me from a different room. Like, if I'm in the kitchen and I need it for something or I forgot to grab it, I will ask whatever child is around, like, hey, could you go grab me my phone, please? And they say, yes, mommy. And they go grab it and bring it to me, perfectly fine. I mean, sometimes my kids have touched my phone unwarranted. Sometimes I can tell because there was one time where music was playing on my phone and it was in the living room and I was just in the kitchen for something real quick and I hear the song suddenly change. And I'm like, someone touched my phone. And it was Riley. But yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely like I'm not like an anti, they completely don't get any technology whatsoever. But I am an age appropriate. I'm very much an age appropriate. Like, I'm sure most kids Allie's age already have full-blown freaking smartphones. And Allie does not. We do pay for a third phone line, but she doesn't have a phone. We have the SIM card for it, so whenever we decide to give her a phone, we can just pop in a SIM card and then she's good to go. But we don't really think it's quite time for that yet. So, but yeah, she doesn't have a phone. She knows phone numbers. I'm pretty sure she knows mine and her dad's phone number. And that's really the most important numbers to know. So it's like, Allie's not like completely stupid when it comes to technology. She just doesn't own any of her own yet. I mean, I got my first cell phone when I was 12, which was the youngest out of all of my siblings. Because I want to say, I mean, cell phones didn't really become too widespread till like my older brother was in high school. So I don't remember much, but I know the brother that's 9 years older than me got a cell phone when he was in high school. I think when he was in high school. My sister got one when she was 14, and then I got one when I was 12. But I had just gotten into middle school, and my parents thought it was okay because middle school, started playing sports in middle school, and was traveling a lot, so it's like, he'll probably give her a cell phone, mainly just to to call. And it wasn't like a big fancy cell phone. It was like a flip phone, a track phone. Anyone remember that? Like a prepaid track phone. That's what I had. It's my first cell phone. And like, I didn't even get my first smartphone until I was in college. And it was like a hand-me-down from my brother-in-law. So I was very behind on the smartphone game. Yeah, and the hand-me-down phone I got was an HTC Trophy. It was a Windows phone, and it was just a cute little guy that I got in like November of 2013, so I was in college. So, and I didn't even get an iPhone till I was married. Like, we got married in May, and I think a couple weeks later, it was before the baby was born. It was before Allie was born. Because yes, I did get married when I was pregnant. It's a whole story. I hate it, so don't bring that up to me. That's all a joke. It's all a joke. But, like, don't bring it up to me like a serious fashion. There we go. Where's my break going? But anyway, got married, and like a week or so later, we went up to the phone carrier that my husband was on, and we added me to his plan, and then I got an iPhone because that was what he had, that was what he was familiar with, and I'm like, you know what? All right, dang it. I wanted to be before Boo. And I got an iPhone 5S. I think that's what I got. iPhone 5S. Because it was 2015 when we got married. So 10 years ago, I got an iPhone 5S. And then I think at some point I got an iPhone SE. I think. And then back in 2018, I got an iPhone 8 Plus, which I absolutely loved. I loved that thing. I loved my 8 Plus. But then I started having issues with it. Whenever I take phone calls, I couldn't, if I had the phone up to my ear, I could not hear out of it at all. Could not hear out of it at all. It would be so quiet. So I would like have to put it on speakerphone to even hear the other end of the conversation. But then 22. April of 22. I think this is the one where it's like that looks right. But it gives me a 93. I don't know what's up with that one. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe it's the nose. Maybe there's a little nose movement that I miss. Probably. But yeah, back in 2022, like April of 2022, me and my husband had both gotten 13 pluses. 13 Pro Max. 13 Pro Maxes, and that is my current phone. I currently have an iPhone 13 Pro Max. And I like my phone a lot. Again, it's been 3.5 years since I've had this phone. And they're paid off because we swapped phone carriers shortly after that. And we used a good chunk of our tax money to pay off both 13 Pro Maxes, because we got 2 of them. We got 1 each. We paid our phones off, swapped phone carriers, and 15, 16? 15? I think my husband has a 15. I can never remember. Whichever one changed the charging cord, because it's a different, we have different charge cords now. Whichever one changed it, that's the one that he has. Because he was having a lot of issues with his 13, and he uses his phone for work for several different reasons. And especially his work has like electric logbooks, and for trucking you have to have like a logbook, and some have it, you know, paper pen book. That's how they did it back in the day. But now there's an e-log that he uses, and I think he was having problems with that. And it's like, if he's having problems with that, then he needs a new phone. And it was around Christmas time when we had the money to do it. So we got him, I think it's a 15. I think it is like a 15 Pro Max or something. I can't remember exactly what it is. Whatever iPhone it is that changed the charging cord to the USB-C or whatever. I don't know. It's the charging cord that goes for like everything now. That's the one that he has. I think he's pretty happy with that one. So, and I'm pretty content with mine. So I don't foresee me getting a new phone in the near future. So, hello, DA. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, circling back to the point of, Allie does not have a phone. Oh, dang it. I tried to... Oh! I just... No! Dang it. I just... Nope. Come on. I had a perfectly good opportunity to punch Mario in the face, and I did not take it. Oh my god, are you serious? Excuse me! Am I just gonna have to take a 5-coin loss? Unless I can get... Nope. Okay, I guess I am just gonna have to take a loss. Doing great. Pasta is doing pretty good. Pasta's doing pretty good. But yeah, my 10-year-old... Because, yeah, most 10-year-olds nowadays have full-blown smartphones, access to social media, all this nonsense that I think, yeah, I don't think any 10-year-old should have access to social media, and that's what's wrong with a lot of kids nowadays. I guess you can call it what's wrong with it, because, like, these influencers and celebrities nowadays, it's all, you know, everyone's trying to be grown up, and there's really no, like, good spaces for, like, you know, the tween years. I ranted about this before, like, recently, a couple weeks ago recently. There's really no space for tweens anymore. And a problem with a lot of things is these damn phones and social media. So, and like, social media can 100% be used for good. But the big problem comes from it's not used for good. What? I jumped too early. I jumped too early. Now everyone hates me. Everyone hates me now. But, anyway. Yeah, and it's like, I don't shelter my kids from stuff, right? And, like, Allie picks up a lot from, you know, her peers at school, and that's my problem. That's what I worry about a lot of the time, is whatever she picks up at school. Because, I mean, she picked up Hawk Tuah! She picked up Hawk Tuah at school last year. And I'm like, excuse me, no fucking child should be saying stuff like that. And I know a lot of these kids on social media, their parents aren't doing a damn thing about it. So anything wrong you see with a kid, look to their parents. What? You move first. Yay! Oh, I don't know exactly how much time you have. Because there's no timer. I don't know. But yeah, like, you know, there's like bad behavior problems, look to the parents. And I also say, like, sometimes like the parent is trying their best and the kid is just, you know, different personalities. Which I feel that sometimes because I don't want to make it seem like I do nothing wrong because I'm constantly questioning myself over everything. Because anytime I hear any, like, you know, behavioral problems with, you know, either kid, it's like, what am I doing wrong? You know, like, I'm doing my best, even though everyone's like, oh, if you look to the parents, like I even just said. I say look to the parents because it's more like the phones, the technology, the social media. Because it's like, I understand kids are kids, especially, you know, at certain ages, they're gonna rebel no matter what. Like, I have a rambunctious 4-year-old who wants to do everything herself, and it's like, excuse me, no, you're small and tiny, you need help, and she's like, no, I do it. So, yeah. And then a 10-year-old, you know, 10-year-old that age, you know, it's a rough age group that she is in right now. So there's, you know, lots of problems all around. And I worry constantly about a lot of things. I forget I could jump. It's not a useful skill, but it is a skill nonetheless. Oh no! I got punched. Thank you, Luigi. The original Ghostbuster. So yeah, like anything about anything about like phones, kids on social media, that's a parent. That's a parent issue. And also with like, you know, Allie never getting a tablet till she was like 8 years old. There have been family members that have tried to gift her one when she was like 3 years old. And both me and my husband were like, absolutely not. No, it'll never get used. Because she's 3 and doesn't need one. The justification was, oh, this other family member, her cousin has one and she's 3. And it's like, yeah, that's her cousin. Her mom allows it, we don't. You know? And I know at first with Allie and her cousin being so close in age, one of her cousins being so close in age, because she has a cousin that is 6 months older than she is. And with those two being so close in age, when they were a lot younger, they got a lot of similar gifts. And now that they're a little older and are growing into their own people, it's a lot easier to get them separate gifts. But back then, it was really hard. It was really hard not to get them similar gifts, with them being, you know, close in age and both being girls, you know. But now, you know, both being 10, they got their own personalities. Okay. I think the star is still in the middle, right? I don't think anyone's gotten that, right? Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's still there. Take me to Bowser. Fly me to the moon. So, nice! Perfect. Yes, please. We will unshackle the star. 143, 243. I had 143 for a brief moment. So yeah, and it's like I've seen firsthand what these dang phones can do to kids. And I see it firsthand because I see, you know, close family members. Because one of my nephews got a phone for his birthday, and he's like 2 years older than Allie. And he had gotten a phone for like a birthday present or something, or as a gift, and he lost it already, which is all right. Yeah, he lost it already. And then my niece, the cousin 6 months older than Allie, she's had a phone since she was like 5 or 6, I think. And I've seen her go a little insane if she doesn't have her phone with her. Because, it was 4th of July, I remember. We were up there, and we were lighting fireworks, and I was getting my phone out of my pocket to try and get a video of it, but like, whenever I take a video of something, I'm not looking at the thing through the phone screen. I'm looking at the thing with my own eyes, and while also trying to get the camera to stay on the thing I'm looking at, because I don't want to see the world through a camera lens. I want to see it with my own eyes, and then like look back on things later. That's how I want to see the world, you know? And I was getting my phone out of my pocket to, you know, get my camera out. I think I was holding Riley at the time. And I heard my niece freaking out, like, I need to get my phone! I need to get my phone! I need to go get it! And it's like, chill. And she's 10. She's 10. She's the same age as Allie right now. She's 10. And you're freaking out, I need to go get my phone to take a video of this. And it's like, use your eyeballs, kid. But she's not my kid. I do, you know, I love her to death. So it's just some things, and I'm sure she is not the only kid to act like that. Because again, I think it's the phones. And I was like, oh, it's not the phones. I think it is the phones. Giving kids phones like their own phones way too early is a recipe for disaster. The key to, you know, all this technology that these kids are exposed to, the key to it is, oh shit, what's the word I'm looking for? Monitoring. You monitor your kids. Make sure, you know, they're watching safe content. Bye. Oh, I tried. Make sure you monitor what they're watching and make sure they're not, you know, in the weird part of the internet. Because, like, I know it's like, oh, hey, YouTube Kids. YouTube Kids is not safe. I have heard horror stories about YouTube Kids, and I'm like, no. And I've even, like, seen it with my own eyes, because, I remember, I was at my dad's one time, and the gal she dated, or the gal my dad dated after mom died, I hated her. She put on, like, YouTube Kids for Allie one evening, and I was watching it with her, and it was just not it. Like, this is like 2017-ish. But yeah, it was just, not it. It was not it. So, Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I'm usually in charge of the content my kids consume. And it's like, usually when I throw something up on the TV, it's a stream VOD of streamers that I know are family friendly, or at least, you know, in the realm of family friendly. Like, they don't cuss a lot. There are some, like, innuendos that probably go over their heads for now. But it's fun for everybody. It's one of those fun for everybody things. And again, I know this content. Like, I am perfectly fine with throwing this streamer up on the TV and leaving them to it. You know, just letting them watch TV. So, yeah. So, it's just, you know, it's like, probably in the next couple years, Allie may get a phone, but it's one of those, yeah, we'll definitely, you know, monitor everything. And again, what it comes down to, and also a lot of trust. Because a lot of parents are just... No! Dang it. A lot of parents are just giving their kids phones, not doing anything about it. And it's like, without going into like a lot of detail with, you know, my niece's phone, years ago, there have been issues with this other kid that was like a few years older than her, texting her wild shit. And it's like, this is what happens when you give a kid a fucking phone. They're gonna get into some wild shit, and it's, you know, not their fault because, yeah, the other kid was very weird to her. But also, it never would have happened if she wasn't given a phone. Because giving a kid a phone gives other people direct access to them. And that's the last thing we want for kids. Because, yeah, kids having phones, like, younger than, like, 7? Giving those kids access to phones is just an easy way for creeps to have direct access to them. I will die on that hill. And this goes for, like, literally anything. Anybody, anything, any child. So, I will die on that hill. So, there you go. Here I am with a very important PSA about kids and technology, and here I am right immediately after just dancing to the music. This music's good. I mean, I didn't have enough to steal a star anyway, but I can take the star. You're a superstar. That is what you are. Man, that Bowser Revolution screwed me over so bad several turns ago. But yeah, that was kind of my thoughts and feelings on, you know, cell phones and stuff. I even heard, like, high schools, you know, in various places are cracking down on no cell phones. And it goes two ways. It's not just like, you know, a kid with a phone. It's also a parent that knows their kid has a phone. Because there's a lot of parents that are super obsessive with their child that have to know exactly where they are, what they're doing at any given time. And it's like, no. Stop. It's like, I know public schools are, you know, known for not being super great at times, but also, you know, by my child going to school, I have to trust that the school staff will take care of my child. I have to trust that. And if, you know, they don't, then it's my job as a parent to make sure they do. Bonnie. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Hardware store. He's at the hardware store, guys. Hope you have fun at the hardware store. But, I remember... Okay, so I've mentioned a handful of times that my sister is on the spectrum. She is autistic. She has what was formerly known as Asperger's syndrome. I know they changed the name because the bro associated with, you know, Asperger's syndrome, was not a favorable person. I don't remember what they have changed it to, but I mean, it's still on the autism spectrum. So, there's a little preface there. My sister is on the spectrum, and, but she did sports. When she was in high school, she went out for volleyball. I think she did basketball for, like, her freshman year, and then, something happened. But she didn't do anything in winter, and then she did track in the spring. But volleyball season. She wasn't, like, the best at the sport, but she wasn't the worst either. So she was a decent volleyball player, and she, you know, she knows the rules. Like, even now she officiates for volleyball. So she's still around it. But in high school, because, you know, small towns love to do this. They love to just favor the popular people. If you have money or your parents have money, then you get to do all the cool things. And if you are popular, you get to do all the cool things. So my sister goes out for volleyball. Freshman year, she is on the C team. And everyone knows, like, varsity, JV, varsity, junior varsity, you know. Everyone knows kind of that structure. The C team is, like, you know, the one below it. Right? So if you're not on JV, you're on C team. You know. So it goes, like, varsity, JV, then C team. 1, 2, 3. Right? So, freshman year, which is where most freshmen go, she's on the C team. Cool, you know, whatever. Right? That's, you know, where most freshmen end up, or most first years, you know? So it's whatever. And then her sophomore year, she was still on the C team. Interesting. With her skill level, you'd think she would maybe move up to JV. Maybe. Her junior year, still on the C team. Interesting. Again, she wasn't, like, the best of the best, but she wasn't, like, the worst either. So with her skill level, she should have at least been JV her junior year, at least. And then, I think she played a little bit of JV her junior year, but she wasn't a starter on JV. She wasn't on the JV squad. And then, at least, you know, from my recollection from the stories I have been told, my information may be wrong. I don't know. But then her senior year, C team again. Senior year. It's on C team and JV. And again, with her skill level, I'm the 10th person. Nice. With her skill level, she should at least make it out of C team. But no, so my parents were a little upset, and rightfully so. So they took it up to the school. And I feel like I had heard somewhere that lawyers were, not like lawyers were involved, but there was a threat to sue because, again, my sister's on the spectrum, and her skill level should dictate, she should have been at least JV from, like, maybe tail end of sophomore year, but at least junior year. But she was being treated like she was real bad. So, yeah, there was a threat to sue, and school changed their rules. So now, I don't know if they've changed it back, I don't know. But there was a rule that seniors had to play varsity. And it was because of her. So, for better or for worse, it, you know, worked out. But yeah, there was a threat to sue from my parents because like, you know, to me it looks like you're discriminating against her because she's autistic, and that is one hell of an argument though. It's one hell of an argument, and like if school and like sports coaches were treating my child unfairly like that, fuck yeah, I would do the same thing. I would absolutely do the same thing. So yeah, if my kid was being treated unfairly for bullshit reasons, then of course I would, you know, go to my kid's defense. So yeah, that happened with my sister. So yeah, small town. Small town. Yeah. Yeah. It was kind of crazy. I never really had that problem because the sports I went out for, the popular kids didn't go for those sports. And also the coaches I had. I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess in distress, but we're still the best. Dressed fearless, say yes, we don't dress to impress. Yeah, the sports I went out for, at least, you know, that had like competition, not just dance team. Because I mean, dance team was considered varsity, and it was my first varsity letter for a dance team. It counted, but that's a whole different issue. I was also discriminated against because I wasn't popular, or I wasn't coach's favorites, but that's a whole different thing. So sports I went out for, popular kids didn't go for. And also the coaches I had weren't uppity. They were very chill and laid back. So I went out for girls golf in the fall, dance team in the winter, and softball in the summer. Spring. So, girls golf, coaches changed between my junior and senior year, but both of them were very, very laid back, not super partial to, you know, anything. I was on JV golf, my first year. Because there was only 3 girls that went out for girls golf my freshman year. It was 2 seniors and me. So that was really fun and interesting. But then my sophomore year, some more girls kind of went out for girls golf. So we had about 5, I think, my sophomore year. We had 2 juniors, me, and then 2 freshmen that went out for girls golf. And then us 5 kind of stuck together. And there was a... And then my senior year, we changed coaches. Still really chill. He's one of my brother's friends. I wish I had him as my coach longer, honestly, because he was a really good coach. And it was me, a couple juniors, a couple sophomore. No sophomores, I don't think. Maybe 1 sophomore. And then a few freshmen. Maybe. I can't remember exactly. No, it was me and another girl in my grade, and the other girl in my grade got caught cheating, but that was a whole different other thing. But yeah, point is, had a very chill, laid-back coach, never cared about popularity, only really cared about your ability and helping yourself get better, which is what a coach should be. And then, softball season, I had, like, the head coach for softball, real chill guy. One of them, like, laid back, beer drinking types, you know, reminded me a lot of my own dad. So, big dad energy, girl dad energy, and he even had girls of his own. So, yeah, big girl dad energy. He was fantastic coach. But my freshman year, I was on JV with a coach that was just not very good. Like, she was the kind of coach that just played the popular kids. But then my next year, like, I barely got any playing time my freshman year softball. But then once a lot of our seniors left, because it was senior loaded my freshman year, when they left, and we all just kind of practiced together for like the first like week or so. And then when it was time to get uniforms, head coach, he saw something in me. And so I went from barely any playing time freshman year to starting varsity the next year. Because coach saw something in me. And he saw something in me because of my ability, not because of how popular I was. Which was, you know, really good to see out of a coach. So, but yeah. I don't even remember who the head coach for volleyball. Oh, I think I do. Maybe? I can never remember. But I also remember, 7th grade volleyball, like middle school sports were rough. Really the only coach, well, I mean, my grade kind of was awful for this. All of the popular overachievers, they all were athletic and did a lot of the sports. And they were fairly good. So, it's one of those I never really stood a chance depending on, you know, how good the other team was. Because for both volleyball and basketball, 8th grade, I only really got to play A team when the other team sucked. So, but I remember 7th grade. 7th grade was because of the league tournament. Because it's an A team only tournament, and it was the A team and like a few extras from the B team as, you know, substitutes in case anything happens, and I was selected to do it. But then all of a sudden I got told that they were replacing me with someone else because I had a quote-unquote bad attitude in class. And I was just thinking, what attitude? I don't say anything to anybody in any class. And I bet you it was the reading teacher, because I think she thought I was really uppity. That teacher sucked, though. Ah, I stopped. Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, the reading teacher I had in 7th grade, she was really uppity. She was kind of a bitch. Older lady. No one really liked her. But like in any class, literally any class I had, I was always really quiet, minded my own business. So I don't even know where they got bad attitude in class from. I literally have no idea. Then 8th grade. 8th grade volleyball sucked so bad. And it sucked because coach only played the popular kids. Didn't matter how good you were, she only played the popular kids. Didn't matter what grade level, she only ever played the popular kids, and it sucked. Because it was like, you know, my skill level, I feel, you know, not like necessarily starting A team, but like a reliable sub for the A team. But no, I was always stuck on the B team, and I was always like better than everyone else on the B team. So that was just where I'd always been. Like, no matter where I am in my life, that's usually where I am. I'm not good enough to be on the A team, but I'm a lot better than the B team. So I'm in this weird middle ground, like a B+, A- thing. I don't know. And it sucks being from a small town because your last name has a lot of fucking pull, and it sucks. It sucks. That is the case for small towns. It's awful. It's horrible. And then track season, middle school track. Middle school track was okay. I went out as a thrower. I threw shot put and discus, but I think I ended up only throwing shot put. Because I wasn't very good at discus, but I was better at shot put. But I had seen the 4x2 relay at one track meet, And I remembered a rule that was stated kind of early on, that you could challenge for spots in events. And I remember seeing the girls 4x2, the 4x2 meter relay, and I was just watching, like, I could run so much faster than that. And plus, it would give me, like, something else to do, because, like, throwing events are at the beginning, and then you're just kind of stuck if you don't have your parent to sign you out when you're done. So it's like, all right, it'll give me something to do. And I went to the coach to say, hey, I would like to challenge for the 4x2 relay. And she said, okay. And nothing got done about it. Nothing was done about it. So it's like, all right, cool. I guess she never cared about me. So, yeah, that kind of soured my perception of, you know, track and field. Oh, dang it, no! How'd that happen? Alright. Huh? Okay. I know this is a speedrunning tactic for Minigame Island, but this is really funny. So yeah, my perception of like track and field kind of got a little soured because of, you know, not having my challenge honored in a way. 16. So there was that. And then freshman sports was, and then dance team was, because there was a couple girls in the grade ahead of me that got a lot of attention and thought they were hot shit, and they weren't. So yeah, they were not hot shit, actually. I remember me and this other girl, like, we disagreed so much. I specifically remember we were learning a hip-hop routine, and it was a you know, like a 90s hip-hop to Under Pressure, you know, not the Vanilla Ice Ice Baby, but Under Pressure, you know. Queen, pressure pushing down on me, you know, dun 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 dun. Yeah, it was like an old school, like, 90s hip-hop, which is like, you know, hip-hop is like my bread and butter. For, you know, when I was in dance team, like, hip-hop was like my bread and butter, and everyone knew that. And I remember trying to learn this routine, and she was the one, this other girl was the one teaching it, because the coach had tasked her to learn this routine and would teach it, because, like, for our dance camp we went to, there was like a video of like different routines that like, oh, we can learn. And coach had tasked her to learn it and teach it to us. And like everything she was doing was like really like pretty. Like pretty hand, like relaxed hands, pretty pointed toes for like kicks. And it's like, and very, like, you know, fluid, almost like ballet movements, and it's like, excuse me? And I feel like I remember speaking up about a couple of things, where it's like, it's hip-hop. It's hip-hop, not jazz. Like, sorry. And I'm like, these moves need to be, like, sharper, cleaner. Like, it's supposed to be, like, a flexed foot, and like kind of like straight hands, not like pretty hands, you know, like, and I was so frustrated, I stopped practicing and I moved to the side. I was so frustrated. Yeah, I remember being so frustrated. Yeah, I remember being like really frustrated in those dance practices. And then the next day, coach kind of had my back, which was a rarity. Saying, yeah, this is a hip hop routine. Game hates me. Anyway, it's a hip hop routine, and needed to be, you know, sharper movements, flex the foot, you know, everything that I had brought up. So like coach had my back, and I feel like this girl was fairly petty about it. Oh, no, 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 don't do this, don't do this! Go away, ghost! What? I didn't change anything, and it started slowing me down! That's what I fucking hate about this stupid controller and Switch Online. I never have these issues on the original. Oh, rude. Anyway, back to my story. Back to my story. Yeah, I feel like this girl was very petty towards me after that. And I remember, starting from sophomore year, I had convinced, you know, the coach to like, hey, let's all do a 30-second section of like a dance. And, then we'll splice it all together, and that'll be our homecoming routine. It'll be great. Yeah, it'll be great. No! No! We're almost there! Dang it. And, my sophomore year was great. We did that. And, my junior year, when, this girl and, you know, a lot of them were seniors, they decided, we're just gonna have seniors come up with the routine. And like, part of me kind of, you know, in a way I would get it, because like there was like 11 of us, and there was like a lot of seniors, like 5 or 6 seniors, I think. I don't remember exactly. But it just felt like a blow in a way. It just felt like a huge blow. So, but luckily, when my senior year came along, I'm thinking, yeah, let's have everyone come up with something. And a lot of them kind of paired up, which was, you know, really cool. I loved it. I loved how my senior homecoming routine turned out. So, but I was the senior. I was in charge. I gave everyone a chance to shine, and I didn't take away from other people's shine. So, and like, I love dance routines like that, where here and there you get like little moments of different people and what they can do, or like different people in the front every single time. You know, it's stuff like that. I love routines like that. So, all right, Mario, let's go.
Ready? Go!
So, yeah. Yeah, it's like one of my favorite things. Probably why I like, you know, K-pop choreographies so much, because a lot of them, you know, different people get different singing lines. But nowadays, it's just, like, not very good. I can rant a lot about K-pop choreographies nowadays. And I also see a lot of people act like K-pop dances, like, aren't, like, real dancing. And that bugs me a lot, because, like, to me, like, I'm not a professional by any means, but I have dance team experience, high school and college. Like, yeah, I've got dance team experience, but, you know, high school and college, and I have enough knowledge to like tell you if you're moving your body in a purposeful manner to the beat of music, you're dancing. And, you know, more choreographed stuff is like, you know, more intentional, you know. But like, K-pop dances are dancing. And like, I've got my own problems with K-pop dances nowadays. It feels too complicated for no reason. And especially with everything that's catering towards TikTok. I mean, some TikTok dances can be really, really cute and really fun. But a lot of them, it's just like, no. It doesn't look very good, and I can tell you're just trying to go viral. But like, sometimes less is more, which is a lot of second gen dances. But also, like, look at the entire choreography. They're more difficult than you think. Sometimes you just look at the chorus, and it's very simple. But when you look at the whole dance, it's like, wow, there's a lot more to it. And also, the more minimal movements, the harder it is for like a bigger group to like sync up, because stuff like that looks so good in like a bigger group. But yeah, it's a lot harder. So, because like if you have so many moves, you just like blast through it without making it clean and it'll be good. But like if you have like, you know, less is more, you have to be sharp. That's why Taemin's move is like one of the hardest choreographies to nail down, because it's so slow and it's like so slow, meaningful, and like, you know, everything's on purpose. So anyway, I've paused here because we're gonna take a break because my hips hurt. My hips hurt and I need to get up and stretch. So we're gonna take a break. We're going to get up, stretch, go to the bathroom, grab a snack, do whatever it is you need to do, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. Hey, thank you for the links, Johnny. Thank you. Alright, let's go. Alright. So I was thinking, I said I was gonna talk more about it like today during Mario Party. Switch 2. Yeah, me and my husband bought a Switch 2 over the weekend. And that is what I am currently playing Mario Party on right now, is the Switch 2. Because something even on screen would give it away because the suspend menu there, press and hold to rewind. You could only rewind on the Switch 2 for N64. You can rewind, you know, for other, you know, things, but not for N64. But you can rewind for N64 on the Switch 2, which is I used it a couple times playing Mario Golf after stream yesterday. But I don't like abuse rewinds, and I try not to. For like golf games, it kind of helps me understand mechanics. Cause I remember when I played years ago Kirby's Dream Course. I played that. On my own one time, and I mainly just use rewinds to kind of understand the physics of the game. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Give me your star! Yeah, Wario, give me your star. Oh, you got 2 of them? Perfect. Yeah, Peachy's got it. Anyway. But yeah, we got a Switch 2. The only ones they had available were the Mario Kart bundles, which honestly didn't hurt my feelings whatsoever. But I know the straight Switch 2s were cheaper, but what they had available was the Mario Kart bundle, and that was the one that we had. So we got Mario Kart World along with our Switch 2, and I have just the little bits I've played so far of Mario Kart World, I absolutely love. I haven't done like everything yet. I haven't unlocked everything yet. Because I spent most of my time on Sunday, because me and Vegito played it, because he's not much of a kart racer person, but he is having a lot of fun with Mario Kart World. Because, Free Roam is amazing. Free Roam is amazing. He spent a lot of his time in Free Roam, and he's mainly just been like doing like the missions and stuff, because like he's having a lot of fun with it, and like I spent most of my Free Roam time just like unlocking everyone's costumes. Priorities. But no, like we've each had our own fun with the game in like different ways, which is really, really cool. Like I am all for people playing like the same game in many different ways to have fun with it. So I am all for that. And honestly, like he's gotten, you know, he's getting better at, you know, the kart racing. He's getting better, because like when he unlocked Rainbow Road, because he had seen me do it, because I unlocked Rainbow Road. I unlocked it earlier in the day, so he'd seen me do it, but like he was doing really well on Rainbow Road. Like his get good switch like flipped as he did Rainbow Road. So I do like how the Grand Prix are set up. It's really fun. And the knockout stuff, we've only done one of them, and it gets intense. It gets intense and really chaotic, but it's really fun though. So, and right now just kind of working our way toward unlocking mirror mode, because it's a little bit more extensive in a way to unlock mirror mode. But we think we kind of have it, so we haven't unlocked it yet, but like we're kind of working towards it. But yeah. I've thoroughly enjoyed Mario Kart World. I think I said yesterday, the game is a 10 out of 10. No notes. It's perfect. Absolutely love it. And my favorite is how they treated Rainbow Road. That is like my favorite. Because they really went out of their way to make Rainbow Road feel special this go around, and I feel like that was missing in some of the some Mario Karts that have been released recently. And even like with Mario Kart 8 and like the deluxe, you know, booster courses, and they added all of these reimaginings of you know, all these other Rainbow Roads, and sometimes it kind of loses its luster in a way. But they really went out of their way to make this Rainbow Road feel special, and I loved it. I also loved how freaking massive it is. I love how freaking massive Rainbow Road is because, and it has just the right amount of difficulty, because my biggest complaint with Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road, like not the remakes of the other ones, but the Mario Kart 8 Rainbow Road, the one you play at the end of the Special Cup in Mario Kart 8, that one is too difficult. It's like unnecessarily difficult for, like, you know, difficult without a reason. It's difficult just in the sake of being difficult, and that takes the fun out of it. Like, yes, you want a challenge, but also at the same time, you will definitely need, you know, some kind of fun element to it. And if all you're doing is worrying about, oh my god, I'm gonna fall off, oh my god, these turns are awful, you have, like, there's no time to really take in the scenery, really take in the Rainbow Road. So I'm really glad they got to do that for this go around Rainbow Road. So, and it's very easy to unlock too. All you gotta do is just do all the cups, do all the Grand Prix, and you don't even have to, like, win, and, like, you don't have to, like, place, you just have to complete it. And the game will keep track of that. You just have to complete the cups, and after you do everything, Special Cup will open to you. Will open up to you, and it'll be revealed for Rainbow Road. So, which I'm cool with, like, saying that, because I'm sure a lot of other people have already unlocked it. It's been a few months since it came out, and also it is very easy requirements, because I remember when the game first got revealed, everyone's like, where's Rainbow Road? This isn't Mario Kart, it's not Mario Kart without Rainbow Road. And it's like, you probably have to unlock it! Because, hey, I remember when you had to earn shit in a game, and it wasn't just handed to you. Man, gamers today are so spoiled having everything already unlocked for them. Having everything available to them without having to unlock it. But yeah, I do like going through, like, the process of, like, unlocking stuff. It's really fun. I remember a few years ago, it was like, I think it was like a year before I started streaming. I don't remember, but I remember going through all the stuff and unlocking everything for Mario Golf. And, like, all the characters, all the courses. Only to find out right after I did it, there is a cheat code you can put in the start screen, and everything will be unlocked for you. But you have to do that every single time. I would rather just have it innately unlocked. But yeah, it is really fun to start from scratch. That's why okay, I know whenever they announced the GameCube for Switch Online, that that they had like a list of games, you know, ready, you know, to go. I know Coliseum and XD are on there. I've already played both those games. I already played both those games on stream. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to put, you know, 6 and 7, Mario Party 6 and 7, because there's a built-in mic into the system and stuff like that. So, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to implement that in a way. But also, Mario Strikers, Super Mario Strikers is on Switch Online. I want to see some of the other Mario sports games because I think it would be really fun to like go through it all and unlock everything all over again. It would be really fun because I remember a couple years ago, I took a short break from Mario Party and did a couple streams of Toadstool Tour, which is the Mario Golf on the GameCube, which is probably my favorite. I finished unlocking stuff during that because I never had everything, but I did enough. I did all that I wanted to for it. Oh, that is brutal. Oh, that is so brutal. Mario, no. Luigi, no. I mean, it's 2 stars. Still, they're going to Mario. We don't like Mario around here. I still can't believe how freaking cracked Mario's AI is in Mario Golf. I still can't believe that. That is insane. But yeah, I really do hope that we get the Mario sports games from the GameCube onto Switch Online. Like Mario Superstar Baseball, Mario Power Tennis, Toadstool Tour. I want to see them on GameCube for the Switch too. I want to see it. I want to see it so bad you have no idea. I know, Mario parties, Mario sports games, because, I mean, we already have Mario Strikers. We already have Mario Strikers.
Yes.
So, I don't see why they wouldn't add. Mario Power Tennis would be really fun, because I've put a lot of hours into Mario Power Tennis. Put in a lot of hours. So that would be really fun. It's also been a long time since I played Mario Power Tennis. Mario Superstar Baseball, I streamed it for a little bit. Back in the early days when I first got the capture card. Because I was playing Xenoblade 3 and Superstar Baseball. You know, I think I was doing Xenoblade Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I was doing baseball Tuesday, Thursday, and it was before the Mario Party 1 and 2 came out with the N64 online. So, yeah. So that'll be kind of fun. Just trying to think, what other, like, GameCube games? I mean, Double Dash. Love to see Double Dash. Also, speaking of Double Dash, they brought back, like, every freaking Rainbow Road except for 2 in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They brought back every freaking Rainbow Road except for Mario Kart DS and Double Dash. DS Rainbow Road was pretty fun. It had a loop-de-loop in it. I haven't played Mario Kart DS in a hot minute. I haven't played it in a long time. Double Dash's Rainbow Road is really good. So I don't understand why they didn't put that one back in. I don't understand. And also the music. It is a road. It's called a Rainbow Road. I just got hit by a shell. What a reference. Dang it. Well, Mario Kart Mobile Simulator! Oh my god, that is like fan art material right there. Oh man, Mario as a K-pop idol? Yo. Yo, I don't... Mario is like the visual that people love, but he's not very good at anything. I mean, Mario's like good at anything, really. But like, not like the best at anything. I can see Luigi being like main vocal. I can see that. No, he'd be a main dancer. Have you seen him break dance in Mario Party? Yeah, he can go. Waluigi would also be like a main dancer material. Mario Kart Super Circuit? I played it for a tiny bit when GBA Online was a thing. But I gotta change something with the visuals. Because I got real bad motion sickness. I don't really think it's motion sickness. It was just, I was getting big headaches looking at the screen for a long time. And I think it might be like the GBA filters or something. I also played it on the TV. I think maybe in handheld mode it will help. But I played it in like short bursts for a little bit. Now here's the funny thing. I have learned recently that apparently Yoshi is the worst character in Super Circuit. And Yoshi is usually who I gravitate towards first. So, yeah, and also my time in Super Circuit probably wasn't very fun because of that. Probably, so maybe if I try a different character, I might have a better time and maybe kind of change some settings a little bit and just kind of figure it out, because like I would love to like play Super Circuit for a little bit. Also, it bugged me real bad because I did a few of the tracks and one of them was like the Shy Guy Desert place. They put it into, or like Sunset something, I think. They put it into the Mario Kart 8 booster courses. What I loved about Super Circuit 1 was each lap the sun went down further. So it started in the daytime, then the sun went down and it was like orange, like mid-sunset, and then the last track was like all blue and dark. I thought that was really, really cool. But then in the Mario Kart 8 version, they didn't do any of that. And I'm like, we have the technology. They had the technology back whenever Super Circuit came out, but we don't have the technology now? Like, dude, that's so stupid. But yeah, also, I didn't grow up with, like, handheld. Never had a Game Boy. Never had a GBA. I didn't get my first DS until, like, 2010. So, and I was like 15, almost 15 when I got it. So I used a paycheck from the paper route, so it would have had to have been 2010 to get my first DS. It was a DSi, and it was bundled with Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. And I got it when I was out and about for our dance camp, because we were out of town for dance camp and we stopped at like a strip mall to like go shopping, because you know our dance coach lets us do that for like a little bit. Then we had to, you know, meet back up. Oh. Skills. Skills again. I'm just showing off at this point. I was way too late on that one. Oh, come on. Thought I can get it. But yeah, I found a GameStop. And, I mustered up my very small amount of courage at the time. And, I did something that I usually never do, and that is ask a worker. Talk to a worker. And so I mustered up my courage and I asked the worker, do you have any DSs? Because I was like determined to get a DS. And they said, yes, we do. And, you know, asked about like games and stuff. And he mentioned they had one bundled with Bowser's Inside Story. I'm like, you know what? That sounds interesting. So yeah, I'll take it. And that's what I was playing on. I think we were on a bus that year. That's what I was doing on the bus ride home, was playing Bowser's Inside Story. I think because I had unboxed it and everything, so. So yeah, that's how I got my DS. There's so many chance times. Alright. I mean, I know the game here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh no! Ah, shit! I was so confident. That's the problem, it's my confidence. I mean, okay, Luigi lost his stars to Mario, so this isn't so bad. So I believe the Mario Karts. Thinking about Mario Kart. We have Super Mario Kart for the SNES. Then we have Mario Kart 64. I think 64 was first. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it had to have been. Mario Kart 64. And then Super Circuit was after, I think. And then Double Dash. Dang it. And then Double Dash. And then DS. Yeah, DS would have had to have come first because there's DS courses in Wii. And then Mario Kart Wii. I love Mario Kart Wii. I loved Mario Kart Wii. The moment I realized, oh, you can use a GameCube controller for Mario Kart Wii, oh, it was so much better. And like, I have the motion controls, man. The motion controls were awful. And then after Wii was Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS. Never had that one. Never had Mario Kart 7. And then Mario Kart 8 came out for the Wii U. And then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out for the Switch. And was the best-selling... Cool. Was the best-selling game on the Switch. And it, you know... Easy pick for a launch title for the Switch too, in Mario Kart World. And... absolutely love Mario Kart World. Love it. Again, 10 out of 10, no notes. It's perfect. And I've seen people... And here's the thing, I don't even remember what it was specifically talking about. Because I've seen some people on Twitter kind of complain about something about the game. And they're like, oh, Nintendo's trying to ruin our fun. And playing the game for a little bit myself, I have no idea what they're talking about. And again, I don't even remember the details of what they were saying. Like, I don't even remember. So, and it's like, I probably would have remembered had I experienced it, but I haven't experienced it. So I legitimately have no idea what they're talking about in those criticisms, because, like, I haven't found any problems with the game yet. I haven't, so... Like, I'll probably play more today, a little bit, just to kind of, you know, play it a little bit, probably do some knockout stuff, because I haven't done much of that. Because I've done all the Grand Prix. Yeah, probably do some of the knockout stuff just to get them done, and maybe do some like free roam stuff and all of that. But like, I haven't found any issue with the game yet. Granted, I've spent most of my time just trying to unlock all the costumes because hello, my main thing here is I have costume changes. I have many different looks, so it's kind of my whole shtick. And of course, I would like all the costumes. Oh, the one Peach outfit with like the jacket and the shorts, that's the best Peach outfit. Daisy has really good outfits. Vampire Waluigi is so funny to me. Vampire Waluigi. Making my way downtown. I haven't seen all of the Wario or Waluigis. I think I got all the Bowser ones. The Bowser ones are great. It makes me a little bit sad that certain characters only get like 1 or 2. Like DK. Why does DK only get 1? Why does he only get 1 costume? I mean, part of me maybe hopes there might be DLC, but like so far I think it's great. But DK and Pauline only have 1 different costume. And I wish there were more. And as much as I dislike Rosalina, her costumes are pretty good. The one like kind of blue, like kind of spacey dress, that one is so cute. That one is so cute. All the baby costumes too. The one I think I was fawning over one of Baby Mario's, his little swimmer costume. Oh, so cute. It's so cute. He got the little floaties. Man, there's lots of good costumes. Oh shit, I have to move. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna get anything anyway. What am I gonna get, like 1 coin, maybe 2? So I don't really think not doing anything in this minigame is really going to hurt me. I was just too busy thinking about Mario Kart. I was just thinking about Mario Kart. I mean, not a bad thing to think about, honestly. Yeah, I got 1 out of that, so it doesn't hurt my feelings. Oh man. But yeah, I love Mario Kart. And also, even like, now's a good time to be a kart racing fan. Because like, there's lots of different kart racers coming out. Excuse me. Because I know there's a Sonic kart racer that came out recently. And they're like Crash Racing, Crash Bandicoot, something. That came out. Mario Kart, obviously. So, yeah, I love, you know, Mario Kart World. I love it. I love it so much. It's so fun. Let's see, just trying to think. Yeah, and just, in comparison to, like, Mario Kart 8, I mean, Mario Kart 8 was just kind of like, you know, standard Mario Kart. Well, let me think. And also, we bought Mario Kart 8 because we had friends of ours that really wanted us to get it. And we happened to get a credit card with some funds after refinancing our vehicle. And this bank gave us a credit card gave us a card that had like $200 something on it. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, we can buy Mario Kart 8. So we bought it, and you know, we played many a community day on Mario Kart 8 with, you know, these people. And some good memories, some bad memories. And here's the thing, I'm so glad they ditched the whole individual part for the kart setup. I'm so glad they ditched that. because everything became centered around the meta. And I hate meta. I hate it so much. I'm sure there's meta builds. I'm sure there's, you know, meta, you know, from Mario Kart World, but I haven't seen anything on it because I've kind of avoided stuff about the game before, you know, playing it myself. But I hated that in Mario Kart 8. And, like, I never cared. I just did what worked for me. And it's like, I never even know, like, what to do for those. So I just... Anytime I swapped my car, I always just kept the Azure Rollers and the Cloud Glider. Because that was, you know, just what I stuck with. So... And I was just messing around one day, just doing, like, time trials with different vehicles. And... Riley was, you know, sitting playing around, and I played as Baby Luigi for her, and she got really excited, and I had found the teddy bear, and I kept the Azure Rollers and the Cloud Glider. So it was like, yeah, the teddy bear, Azure Rollers, Cloud Glider, cool, and that was Baby Luigi, so it was cool, and that was my build for a little bit, until an update happened, and that build became the meta. Not Baby Luigi, but with a heavier character. Like a King Boo, a Rosalina, or Link, I think. Like those characters. Like that became the meta. Like King Boo, Rosalina, Link, Teddy Bear, Azure Roller, Cloud Glider. That was the meta. And I was so upset. I was very upset because I had found that build for funsies. And now it's the meta, and everyone's doing it because it's the meta. It's not just like, oh, I want to do this build too. It's the reasoning behind it. Like, if you're using a specific build because, oh, it's the meta, it's the best of the best, then I'm sorry, I don't like you anymore. I don't like you anymore. Because it's like... I am a big believer in playing to fit your playstyle. That's probably why I liked Xenoblade X so much. Is because, like, there's no wrong way to play the game. And I love stuff like that. So, and to me, with, like, any game at all, there's no wrong way to play. So, I've had... it drove me so nuts. When the teddy bear became the meta in Mario Kart 8, it bugged me so bad that I was just like, no, I'm not doing this again. I'm not. I protested that build out of spite. Because a build I discovered and I had fun with, and I used it because it was fun, became the meta build that everyone started doing because it was the meta build and they just wanted to be the best of the best. And it's like, no. No. So that's when I'm just like, you know what? We're just gonna do stuff that I enjoy and that makes me laugh. And I had Bowser on the teddy bear at one point, and then Bowser in the cat car. The Vibes build was born out of spite from the teddy bear becoming meta. Because I was just using builds that made me laugh. And Bowser in the cat car made me laugh so hard that it became like my go-to build. I didn't care if it was good or not because I made it good. Like during, you know, the streamers community days, I had won a Grand Prix or two with the Bowser in the cat car build. So, and that's the whole thing with the meta builds too, is like, some people use the meta builds because the build is good. I use whatever builds I want because I am good. You know? It's like, I don't want to win because, oh, a build is good. I want to win because I am good. You know? Like, I don't want to rely on having a specific build to win. I want to rely on my own skills to win. Saw that coming. So that's how I feel about, like, just meta builds in general. That's how I feel. Yeah. Let's not mess up this time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, give me your star. So there's my rant about. And like, that's why I never really liked tier lists in fighting games, because again, win by your own skill, not because a character is broken. And also, here's the thing. I put in a lot of hours into Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I remember a couple years ago, I think it was during the summer, I had streamed Subspace Emissary. And I remember at the pinnacle of tier lists for Brawl back in the day, Meta Knight was like banned from tournaments because he was too good. I always played very badly with Meta Knight. Meta Knight never fit my playstyle, and that was with like literally anything that was like high tier. Like I always did so bad. Oh shit.
Finish.
Did it. So yeah, I always played so badly with like the high tier characters. I was so bad with them. Like I want to say in Melee it was Fox. Fox was like the highest tier character in Melee. You know, back in the day, I'm sure stuff is updated, but like I stopped paying attention to that, and it's like I just want to play with things that I love and then I'm good at. Not because the character is good. You know? That's why I hate fighting against Sora in Ultimate. Because Sora's a little too broken, honestly. And I was so frustrated fighting against other Soras. Because it felt a little unfair. But I understand fighting games are meant to be unbalanced. Or, you know, they're not meant to be unbalanced, but they can be very unbalanced. So you're gonna end up with broken characters. But it was just awful to experience, especially when you're not having a good time to begin with. Taking a drink while playing. If I can open up a bottle one-handed. Hello! No! I delayed it! Ah! Gamers ruin gaming. You don't know how true that statement is. That is so freaking true. Oh my god. Like, nobody hates gaming more than these elitist gamers. It's the elitists. They're awful. And, like, I say this as a streamer myself that plays games. Sometimes these big name gaming streamers are what's ruining gaming. Because a lot of them just play for views. They don't play for fun. And a lot of them play like the same shit over and over and over again. And it's not very fun. I saw a TikTok the other day. No, it was not the other day. It was this morning, I think. That, they kind of compared, current time male and female gamers. And, because they said, like, some of the women that they see in the gaming space. Okay, no, where? I don't even know what star is, it's fine. They said, if you ask a guy, just casually, if you ask a guy, what games do you play? You know, like, oh, you're a gamer, what games do you play? And they'll answer with, like, Fortnite, Call of Duty, 2K, Madden. It's like, okay, tell me you have no personality. But then you ask, like, you know, a female, they'll answer, oh, like, you know, Resident Evil, you know, Animal Crossing, a wide variety of stuff. And I'm not saying this is it for, like, everybody. But I can understand the sentiment, because there are a lot of people, just people in general, not just, you know, men, not just women, you know, there's people, these gamers in general, they only really stick to, you know, stuff like 2K and Madden and like Call of Duty, Fortnite, and they will ream other people to shreds because they're not a real gamer, quote unquote. When a real gamer is just someone who plays games. If you play a video game, congratulations, you're a gamer. You know? Like, I am a gamer. I play a lot of Nintendo. I play a lot of Mario Party. But I'm still a gamer. That doesn't change. That fact does not change. Just because of the games that I play themselves. Like, oh, if you are a super casual gamer that only plays, you know, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, stuff like that, The Sims, congratulations, you're a gamer. No, I pulled back! Stupid physics. So, yeah, nothing ruins gaming faster than actual gamers. And it's like the high, uppity, elitist streamers, you know? And I hear, I've been getting some like quote like streaming advice and like stuff about streaming and gaming streams on my TikTok For You page. And sometimes it's like streaming advice and like I'll watch it just to kind of see what they say. Half the time, it's stuff I already know or am already doing. So, but a lot of it's like, you hear these people, you know, like small streamers, you hear these people that they complain they're not growing, but they're not doing a damn thing about it. And it's like, well, are you, you know, talking out loud? Like, are you talking even when chat's not chatting? Like, are you, like, what are we doing here? And they're just, you go to their stream and they're just, like, absolutely fucking quiet the whole time. And it's like, what are we, what? And, like, you know, sometimes, like, you don't mind if there's, like, no mic. You know, sometimes it happens. 2, 3, 1, 2. Give me money. You know, if that's, you know, the content you want to push out, cool. But it's the ones that are, you know, are small and they want to grow, but they're not doing the things that make them grow, you know? And again, it's a stroke of luck too, you know, because I honestly feel like I hit a stroke of luck because my very first raid that I got, it kind of sucks in retrospect because the snowball effect from that first raid that I got, this person doesn't follow me anymore and I don't follow them anymore, and it snowballed into becoming friends with these streamers that I am no longer friends with anymore and don't associate with. So it kind of sucks, but like that's what helped grow, you know, the channel in a way, because it you know, was a snowball effect. So, but yeah, that was a stroke of luck, you know? So, and it's like, I'm very thankful for, you know, all of that beginning snowball effect. And I'm very thankful that it helped me the way it did. Very thankful for it. And also at the same time, I can be sad and not associate with certain people anymore because there were things that I had found out that I just didn't really vibe with, or I just get dumped and blocked for no reason. Still a little upset about that one, but it's perfectly normal reason to be upset. So, but I mean, I've talked about that a lot. It's like, I can still be upset about it, you know, a year later. But also I can, you know, just think back and move on. It's just also one of those things too. Sometimes when you figure out someone's true colors, Sometimes you kind of sit and wonder to yourself, why do people like them? And I'm sure people think that about me. You know. Standard last 5 turns, procedures, all red and blue spaces are doubled if you land on the... Nope, scratch that. Went on autopilot. Standard last 5 turns, procedures, all red and blue spaces are doubled. If you pass by Koopa Troopa, you get 20 coins instead of 10. There's Mario Party 1. So yeah. And sometimes, like, yeah, I think certain things about other people, it's like, you know, knowing someone's true colors, and I'm like... Or it's like, I've been treated a certain way by someone, but everyone still loves them. It's like, why do you still like them? But again, on the flip side, I'm sure other people think the same about me. And it's like, I couldn't even, you know, because, you know, with the whole friendship breakup last year, because the words used were, oh, she was disrespectful in other ways. And I'm like, in what ways was I disrespectful? But I'm sure in their eyes, you know, people still like me for whatever reason. They might be thinking, why do people still like her? She's so disrespectful to everyone. Why do they like her? And again, here I am thinking the same thing. It's like, you were a bitch to me. Why do people like you? You know? So, you know, it is what it is. People are people. People be peopling. So, because sometimes that's kind of what gets me out of the funk is, and it's weird that it gets me out of the funk because, like, sometimes I sit and I fester on, like, these negative thoughts about, like, you know, people who have wronged me in a way. It's like, why do people still like this person? Like, why, what are they even doing? Like, you know, why are they still successful? But again, I'm sure some people think that about me. And it's like, you know, I'm completely unaware of people that think that about me, at least, you know, for now. And it sucks because, like, again, people can just, like, forget about me and just like, oh, you're blocked, completely forgotten about. But, oh well, life goes on. Life's too short to really be thinking about that. And I only really talk about it in the lens of I have experienced bad friendships, and with the events that have happened, maybe it can help someone else through their similar feelings or help prevent these things from happening to them. So I only really give my experiences to maybe help someone. So that's kind of my thoughts and feelings on the matter. So, yeah. It's always behind me, isn't it? Rude. Rude. I'm thinking about, like, you know, gaming and stuff. I saw a TikTok today. It was one of those, like, on this day, but it's still relevant to this day. And I remember overhearing a comment about this. So, going back to, like, that particular friend, you know, that ended last year, but another thing, in hindsight, should have noticed the red flag sooner. The TikTok that I saw was one of those, what's a gaming hot take that shouldn't be a hot take? And the take was, if you get to, like, the end screen, the end credits of a game, no matter what difficulty you're on, you completed the game. Like, you can be on the easiest difficulty, and if you get to the end credits, you see the congratulations, you did it sign at the end of the credits, congratulations, you beat the game. Doesn't matter what difficulty you should be on. It only really matters that if there's, like, content locked behind difficulty or, like, main story stuff. If there's, like, extra things that are locked behind difficulty, sure, that's whatever, because those are extra things. But it's, you know, just a standard game. If, you know, you completed on the easiest difficulty, you still completed it. And that means so much to me, because there have been several games where I have had to lower the difficulty to get through to, you know, the end of the game. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was one of them. That final boss fight was so difficult for no reason. I also had to do that with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because that final section is brutal. It is brutal, and I couldn't even get to the boss itself. Because you have to do an entire freaking gauntlet of enemies all in one go without dying because you're past the point of no return. So, yeah, and I had done fairly well up to the point in Remake. I was doing really well, and then, you know, that final area, the final, like, gauntlet of enemies I was getting frustrated, I was so tired of it, and I'm like, you know what, we're just gonna lower the difficulty, and let's get through this, because my biggest problem, and again, there is zero shame in having to lower difficulty for anybody. My personal problem is usually when I do, it's a freaking cakewalk. So it's like, my skill level is like one notch below the normal difficulty, but if I change it to easy, it's too easy. But again, it's one of those, just gotta get through it to beat the game, and I still beat the game. And in the context of Final Fantasy VII Remake, I was lurking in this friend's stream. You know, the friend from a year ago who dumped me, blocked me, because I was disrespectful and said something she didn't like, whatever. Yes. Return, man. Okay. Yeah, apparently I said something that they didn't like and, you know, got blocked, whatever. Blocked, banned in their chat. But I was lurking in their stream one night, and they were talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake, because they were playing the game about the same time I was. They weren't streaming it, I don't think. Or, because they played it one time before. They were playing it again, you know, in the time frame that I had played it. And, again, I couldn't tell you anything. The topic of the game came up in their stream. Cool, whatever, right? And they said this comment that rubbed me the wrong way. I feel like I remember there was a comment that felt very snide and snarky. And they said something about, like, I didn't have to lower the difficulty to beat the game. And I was lurking in their chat when I heard that. And because I had beaten the game recently, it was like a day or so, or that night when I beat the game. Like, it wasn't that long after I had beat the game that I had to lower the difficulty for. And I overheard them say, I didn't have to lower the difficulty to beat the game. And it was the way they said it. It was the way they said it. If it was, like, super cheerful, it's like, yeah, I didn't need to lower the difficulty. Like, I'm so proud of myself for that one. Like, that's a hype yourself up moment, right? But the way they said it was they were just, you know, playing whatever game they were playing, and they mentioned, yeah, and I didn't have to lower the difficulty. Like, it felt so snarky for no reason. So, I felt attacked in a way, but there was no way I could even prove it was targeted towards me, but just the coincidences were coinciding. I guess, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, it's one of those, like, oh, you overhear a conversation of people talking shit about you. You know, it hurts. It hurts. So I was like, damn. So, yeah, that's when, like, red flags should have been raised, for sure. I mean, I think in hindsight, they definitely were raised 100%. I just ignored them. Because they were my friend, and I'm like, you know what, let's give them a chance. Maybe it wasn't about me, you know? Anyway. But yeah, I overheard that, and it sounded so snarky in tone, and overall, that is such a crappy thing to say, regardless of if it was targeted towards someone or not. Because, like, again, if you beat a game on the easiest difficulty, then you beat the game. You did it. You beat the game. Doesn't matter what difficulty it's on. So, yeah, that comment, I've forgotten about that until I saw that TikTok this morning. So, yeah, just a little PSA. Not everyone needs to be a pro gamer. Not everyone needs to, beat things on the highest difficulty. And if you have to turn down the difficulty of a game, there is zero shame to it. No, I shouldn't have moved. He punched me. Rude. So yeah, there is zero shame in having to lower the difficulty. And like for me, I'm stubborn. I want to try and test my skill. So, but I am also like the biggest advocate in if you need to lower the difficulty for yourself, there is no shame in doing that. There is zero shame. So, and I'm the biggest advocate for it. Again, I've done it before. Even Xenoblade 1. There's several times I had to pop it into casual mode, but I did bump back up to normal before the final boss. So, and it took a while, but I did do it because I said if I can't do it in, if I couldn't beat the final boss in, you know, whatever attempt number I was on, then I was going to bump it back down to casual mode. So, yeah. Dang it. Oh. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Give me your star! So yeah. Again, as a gamer, I definitely lean more casual, you know, in terms of casual gaming. But like I play games a lot as a hobby, you know, ever since, you know, growing up. And like, yeah, there's some games that truly test your skill. But nowadays, you know, with modern gaming, you know, modern technology, we have the ability to like turn down the difficulty if things get too tough and if you just want to experience the story. Because I'm sure a lot of people drop games because they're too difficult. And some games are just not meant for, you know, the certain player. But if a game has the ability to like lower a difficulty setting, then, you know, then go for it. There's no shame in lowering the difficulty. Some people just want to experience the story without the difficult combat, and that's totally okay. That is totally okay. So, yeah. I'm always a big advocate for that because I'd experienced a snide comment, again, not necessarily towards me because I can't confirm if it was, but it was in relation to a situation I had experienced and it hurt quite a bit. It hurt quite a bit. Because, of course, I had just beaten Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I had to lower the difficulty to do it. Again, no shame in that. I did what I had to do to beat the game. And soon after, I was lurking in someone's stream, and they said, and I didn't have to lower the difficulty. And it's like, that hurt talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake. They were talking about that specific game. So it just felt very snide and snarky towards, you know, just the situation in general of not having to lower the difficulty of the game. So, yeah. Yeah, it just felt very, you know, snobby about it and like an I'm better than you type thing. And it's like, I've dealt with that attitude like all my life. I've dealt with that attitude so much and I can spot it a mile away. So, but a lot of the time I don't say something about it because they come from the people that I care about, so I just don't say anything. But here we are, once again. We're not quite torn into pieces, but we might have some tough competition, 'cause I don't know about the Happening Star. I'm 1 star ahead of Mario, but if Mario gets the Happening Star, he wins. Because he has more money than I do. It's Luigi, let's go! Dab. Yeah, that's what gets people to unfollow me. I dab, unironically. But you can't see it because I don't have a face cam. I'm such a dork. Yeah, look at me, talking about something serious, giving you life lessons, and then I'm dabbing. Like, what? Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so silly. But honestly, streaming has given me the safe space to be silly. So I'm going to be silly. I'm going to be silly. So. We've united, everyone! We ended Bob-omb racism! Hooray! And Luigi farts fireworks! What a talent to have. Farting fireworks. Also, that is great alliteration. Yeah, look at Luigi fart fireworks! What a sight to behold! Okay, so Wario. Ooh, we're gonna have the green team reunited. Again, I don't know if people have caught on to how I've been selecting my characters. Oh, we're gonna have green team versus green fat? No, team fat. We're gonna have a tag team matchup next time. Dang, I didn't even realize Mario hit over 200. Damn. Wow, Luigi landed on a lot. I mean, he's green, so. Lots of chance times, though. Let's see, 4, 9, 15. 15 chance time spaces. I've had more. On a 50 turn Mario Party, I have had way more chance times landed on than this. So. Crazy. Quite a handful of Bowsers. This one was a lot more competitive. There was a lot of star stealing, a lot of star trading. So, I liked it. It was a good board. Good times. Good times. Oh, boo. Boo! We lost it. We lost it. But with this win, that will be it for today. We're gonna have Peach again. Yay. So, with that, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. Always appreciated. Welcome on in. Yeah, that'll be it for today. Schedule for the week. I still haven't decided what I'm doing. This is uncharted territory for me because I am usually like, I plan like 3 games ahead. I usually plan 3 games ahead for anything I'm doing. Like for the Monday JRPG slot, or like the big RPG slot, Burger King! Thank you for the lurk, Johnny. Go enjoy your Burger King. Enjoy. But yeah, I've got another game lined up after Xenoblade X. I have that lined up perfectly fine. And I don't know what I'm gonna do after Mario Party 1, this little run. I don't know yet. Mario Parties are usually just vibing. But then for, you know, the Wednesday, Friday, I usually have like 3 games lined up in advance, and after finishing Tui, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to play. I have an idea of probably just some casual play. So we might just kind of do a fuck it we ball moment. We might just do a fuck it we ball moment. And we'll figure it out from there. So that'll be tomorrow. We'll figure it out. Then Thursday we come back. I think it's Luigi's Engine Room next, which works out pretty good. Because then we'll have all the characters on their respective boards. I may not be playing as them, but we'll have all the characters on the boards. So we got Luigi's Engine Room, and Luigi's Engine Room is one of my favorite boards, so it'll be great. And then Friday we'll back to the fuck it we ball. So, yeah. Madden, Fortnite, and Call of Duty. Ah, yes, the Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity. Who is live right now? I mean, lots of people playing Hollow Knight. Because, I mean, Hollow Knight came out last week. I mean, we can always go raid Max. Max is great. Speaking of, you know, I was talking about Final Fantasy earlier. He's playing through Final Fantasy IV, looks like. According to his stream title, is his first playthrough of Final Fantasy IV. I don't really know anything about Final Fantasy other than 7, 10, 15-ish, and 16. It's all I really know. Ooh, what's our raid message gonna be? Ooh. Perfect. Farting fireworks, please. Perfect. Farting fireworks, please. If you are subbed to me, you can use my emotes. If you are not, you can use whatever emotes you want. There we go. Get that ready to go. So yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do essentially fuck it we ball. I have some ideas of what to do. Probably just some casual games, not necessarily jumping into like something story yet until I can figure that out. But yeah, we're gonna go raid Master Max 165. He started the playthrough of Final Fantasy IV recently, so we'll hop in for the ride and enjoy that. Yeah, tomorrow, fuck it we ball. Thursday, more Mario Party. Friday, more fuck it we ball and do whatever. We're gonna follow the vibes, which I'm not used to that. I am not used to that. I usually plan like 3 games ahead of what I'm going to do, and I have struggled. I think a lot of it is like I've played a lot of games already. So I'm kind of running into like a wall here of like, oh no, I'm running out of games to play. I've replayed a couple of games, but it's just like, So anyway, that'll be it for today. Farting fireworks, please. Again, if you're subbed to me. Is this the raid message? OMG. Oh, farting fireworks? Yes. Hello, Sylvia. Hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, farting fireworks, please. If you are subbed to me, you can use my emotes. If you're not, you can use whatever emotes you want. I have no preference. Like, eat chicken nuggets. Thank you. These chicken nuggets are specifically designed to fart fireworks. So thank you everyone for coming out and hanging out. And we will see you next time. Wait, hold on. I didn't do my spiel. Mondays are Xenoblade Chronicles X. Tuesdays and Thursdays are Mario Party. And Wednesdays and Fridays are gonna be whatever the heck I want. So thank you everyone for coming out and hanging out. And we will see you next time. Had to get it right.